What if the first 30 minutes of your day decided the quality of the next 12 hours? Not luck, not chance, simply how you choose to begin. Most mornings start the same. Eyes open, hand reaches for the phone, a flood of emails, messages, news. Before we even stand up, the world already owns our attention. The Stoics warned us of this. They said a distracted mind is a conquered mind. If you give away your first moments, you spend the rest of the day trying to recover them. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations in the early morning, not to impress, not to publish, only to remind himself how to live before the day demanded anything from him. The morning is not a race, it is a foundation, a chance to set your posture toward the world. Strong, clear, steady. Strength does not mean aggression, it means the power to hold firm when others are shaken. Clarity does not mean knowing everything, it means not being clouded by noise. This is why the morning matters. The first act after waking is not small, it is a declaration. You say to yourself, I will begin with order, not chaos, with calm, not frenzy, with purpose, not drift. The practices you choose in those early minutes become the tone for the entire day. If you start with distraction, you will carry distraction. If you start with discipline, you will carry discipline. If you start with gratitude, you will carry gratitude. The Stoics believed we cannot control the world outside, but we can always control how we meet the world, and that begins at dawn. In this video, we will walk through 7 Stoic morning practices, not abstract ideas. Simple actions you can take the moment you wake up, each one tested by time, each one a path to strength and clarity. Listen carefully, choose one, practice it tomorrow morning, then another. Day by day, the habits of the Stoics can become your own. Your morning is not just the start of a day, it is the start of a life lived with intention. Practice 1. Get up immediately. The alarm rings. This is the first moment of choice. Most people delay. They reach for the phone. They bargain with themselves. 5 more minutes. But 5 becomes 10. 10 becomes 30. And the day begins with defeat. The Stoics would not call this small. They would call it decisive. Because how you handle the first moment is how you handle the rest. Epictetus reminded his students, the chief task in life is to separate what is within our control from what is not. The alarm is within your control. Whether you rise or delay is entirely yours. Getting up immediately is a practice of self-command. It is not about punishing yourself. It is about proving, in the simplest way, that you are the master of your body, not its servant. Think of Marcus Aurelius. He wrote in his journal about mornings. He asked himself, why resist getting out of bed? We were born to act, not to lie in comfort. Even the smallest duty is more natural than avoiding the day. For the modern world, this lesson matters even more. Life in the United States is fast. Schedules are full. Demands come early and do not stop. If the very first battle of the day is lost to laziness, what chance do we have against greater trials? Rising without delay sets a tone. It says, I am not controlled by desire for comfort. I begin with discipline. I begin with clarity. The strength you carry into meetings, commutes, and conversations starts here, not at the office, not on the road. It begins the moment you choose to rise. So tomorrow morning, when the alarm calls, do not argue, do not hesitate, rise at once, stand firm, claim the first victory of the day. Practice 2. Wake up with cold water. When you rise in the morning, your body still carries the weight of sleep. Your eyes feel heavy, your thoughts move slowly. The easiest choice is to reach for coffee right away, but there is a simpler, cleaner way to wake up. Cold water. Walk to the sink, turn the faucet, let the water run cold, splash it on your face, rinse your eyes, feel the shock travel through your skin, into your chest, into your breath. This is not about punishment, it is about energy. Cold water triggers your circulation. It sharpens your alertness. It signals to your body the day has begun. Some mornings, take it further. Step into a cold shower for 30 seconds. The first moment is difficult, but then your breathing deepens. Your heart pumps faster. You step out, not groggy, not sluggish, but alive. Modern science supports what tradition has always known. Cold exposure reduces inflammation. It strengthens immunity. It boosts mood. It improves focus. All from a simple habit you can do without equipment, without cost, without delay. For people living busy lives, this practice is practical. You do not need an hour-long routine. You do not need expensive supplements. You need only water from the tap and the willingness to use it. More than health, cold water also builds habit. Every morning it gives you a small challenge, not overwhelming, just enough to prove that you can choose action over comfort. When you win this moment, the rest of the day feels lighter. So tomorrow morning, before the coffee, before the phone, go to the sink, splash your face, or step into the shower. 30 seconds is enough. Breathe through it. Embrace the wakefulness. When you step out, you will not need to force energy. You will already have it. Clear, awake, ready. This is how you begin your day. Refreshed, focused, alive. Practice 3. Make your bed. The moment you step out of bed, the temptation is to leave it messy. Sheets tangled, pillows scattered. You think, no one will see it. I will come back to it tonight anyway. But this small act matters more than it seems. Making your bed is a signal. It tells your mind, the night is finished, the day has begun. It closes one chapter and opens another. The action is simple. Straighten the sheets, fluff the pillows, pull the blanket smooth. 2 minutes, no more. Yet those 2 minutes bring order. They give you the first sense of accomplishment. You started the day by finishing something. Military leaders often emphasize this habit. Admiral William McRaven once said, "If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day." That small sense of pride grows. It encourages you to do another task and another. By the end of the day, that one simple choice may have turned into many victories. For busy adults in the United States, where stress is constant and schedules are heavy, order matters. Chaos outside is unavoidable, but order inside your own space is always possible. Think of walking back into your bedroom at night. A messy bed welcomes you with disorder. It feels unfinished, like the day never had structure. A made bed, by contrast, welcomes you with calm. It invites rest. It signals closure. This is not about perfection. It is about rhythm. Start with discipline in something small, and that discipline spreads. If you respect your environment, you learn to respect your time. If you respect your time, you learn to respect your choices. So tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, before you head to the kitchen, stop, turn back, pull the sheets, set the pillows, make the bed. It will not take strength. It will not take long. But it will remind you, from the very start, you are capable of order. You are capable of finishing what you begin, and that is the best way to step into the rest of the day. Practice 4. Move your body for 5 minutes. Your body has been still for hours. muscles tight, circulation slow. If you go straight from bed to chair to car, you carry that stiffness into the whole day. The solution is simple. Move your body for 5 minutes. It does not need to be a full workout. You do not need a gym. You do not need equipment. Just a small burst of movement to wake the system. Drop to the floor. Do 10 push-ups. Stand and hold a plank. Stretch your arms overhead. Roll your shoulders. Twist your spine gently from side to side. Lift your knees high for 30 seconds. Breathe deeply as you move. 5 minutes, that is all. Yet the effect is larger than it seems. Blood starts to flow. Your joints loosen. Your lungs open. Your brain receives fresh oxygen. What felt heavy a moment ago now feels alive. Science shows that even short bursts of activity improve focus, mood, and energy. For people who work long hours, this is critical. It is not about building muscle in the morning. It is about priming your body and mind to meet the day. In the United States, many adults spend most of their time sitting at desks, in cars, in front of screens. 5 minutes of movement in the morning is a reminder. The body is made to move. It is a reset. It prevents you from beginning the day in a posture of weakness. Think of it this way. If you can give yourself just 5 minutes, you prove you have time for discipline. If you can push through the resistance now, you train yourself to push through bigger resistance later. So tomorrow morning, before the rush begins, create space. No excuses, no delay. 5 minutes. Push, stretch, breathe, move. You will step into the rest of your day lighter, stronger, sharper. Not because of hours in the gym, but because you chose to move your body when it mattered most, right at the start. Practice 5. Morning journaling. The morning is the mind's clean slate. Before the noise begins, before demands pull you in every direction, this is the perfect time to write. Morning journaling is not about pages of poetry. It is not about perfect sentences. It is about clarity. It is about placing your thoughts in front of you, where you can see them. Sit down with a notebook. No phone, no screen, just pen and paper. Start simple. Write 3 things you are grateful for: health, work, family. Even something small, like the comfort of your bed or the quiet of the morning. Gratitude grounds you. It shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present. Next, write 1 challenge you expect today. A difficult meeting, a heavy workload, an uncomfortable conversation. By naming it, you take away its power to surprise you. You begin the day prepared, not reactive. Finally, choose 1 virtue to practice: courage, patience, discipline, kindness. Write it down as a reminder. This is who I will be today. In less than 5 minutes, you have given yourself direction. Instead of drifting into the day, you enter it with intention. Marcus Aurelius did this in his Meditations. He wrote not to impress others, but to prepare himself. His journal was his training ground. Yours can be the same. For modern life, this habit is powerful. In the United States, mornings often start with email or social media. That means you begin your day with other people's priorities. Journaling does the opposite. It centers you on your own values first. It does not need to be long. It does not need to be polished. What matters is honesty. A few lines of truth can set the tone for the next 12 hours. So tomorrow morning, before screens, before rush, open a notebook, write gratitude, write a challenge, write a virtue, close the book, take a breath, step into the day clear, steady, prepared. Practice 6. Silent breathing or meditation. The world wakes noisy, alarms, traffic, screens, lighting up with demands. If you step into that noise immediately, your mind never has a chance to settle. That is why a few minutes of silent breathing in the morning can change the shape of the entire day. Find a quiet place, sit upright, feet grounded, hands resting loosely. Close your eyes, take a slow breath in through your nose, hold it for a moment, exhale gently through your mouth. Do this again and again, not forcing, not chasing thoughts, simply noticing the rhythm of your breath. Thoughts will come, tasks, memories, worries. Do not fight them. Let them pass, like clouds across the sky. Return to the breath. Even 3 minutes is enough. Longer if you wish, but not required. What matters is the pause. The choice to begin the day from stillness, not from noise. Modern science confirms what ancient traditions always taught. Slow, intentional breathing reduces stress. It lowers blood pressure. It sharpens focus. It increases emotional control. For adults in the United States, where mornings often begin with rushing children, commuting, or checking messages, this practice is more than a luxury. It is a necessity, because if you do not claim stillness at the start, it is almost impossible to find it later. Silent breathing is not escape. It is preparation. It trains you to meet the day with steadiness. It creates space between stimulus and response. So when challenges arise, you are less reactive, more deliberate. You do not need incense. You do not need special cushions. You do not even need absolute silence. Only a few minutes of attention to the breath you already carry. So tomorrow morning, before opening your phone, before the rush of obligations, sit, breathe in, hold, breathe out, repeat. Feel the calm spread through your chest. Feel the clarity return to your mind. The day will bring its noise, but you will have already built your quiet. Practice 7. Review your intention for the day. Before the day pulls you in 100 directions, pause for one more step. Review your intention. This does not require a long ritual. It can be as simple as reading a short Stoic quote, or repeating one sentence to yourself. Marcus Aurelius began his mornings by reminding himself that he would meet people who were selfish, angry, or ungrateful, not to become bitter, but to prepare. By setting his mind in advance, he was harder to shake. You can do the same. Open a book of Stoic writings, read one line, something about patience, something about courage, something about the value of self-control. Carry that line in your mind as you step into the day, or, if you prefer, write your own sentence. One clear reminder of the person you intend to be. I will be calm under pressure. I will practice kindness even when stressed. I will choose discipline over comfort. This practice directs you toward virtue, not outcome, because results are uncertain. You cannot control how your boss responds. You cannot control traffic. You cannot control the mood of others. But you can control whether you act with patience, fairness, and clarity. For adults in the United States, mornings often mean tight schedules, work emails waiting, children to prepare, bills to pay. Stress is almost guaranteed. But intention gives you a compass. It reminds you that even if chaos surrounds you, your actions can remain steady. Think of intention as a filter. Without it, every situation feels urgent and heavy. With it, you know what matters. You know what kind of person you want to be, and that makes decisions lighter. So tomorrow morning, after rising, after washing, after journaling, stop for a moment. Read one line, or speak one sentence. Set your intention, then carry it with you into the noise, into the work, into the unexpected. It will not erase the day's challenges, but it will remind you, the measure of today is not what happens, but how you choose to meet it. Morning is not meant for rushing. It is not meant for scrolling through headlines or drowning in messages. Morning is meant for building the foundation of who you will be. The Stoics remind us, we cannot control the whole day. We cannot guarantee how others will act. We cannot predict every obstacle, but we can choose how we meet the morning, and that choice shapes everything that follows. These 7 practices are simple. Rise without delay. Wake up with cold water. Make your bed. Move your body. Write in your journal. Breathe in silence. Set your intention. None of them take long. None require money or special tools. But together, they create a rhythm. They form the quiet strength of a steady life. If you try to change everything at once, you may stumble. So begin small. Choose one of these practices tomorrow morning. Practice it until it feels natural. Then add another and another. Over time, these small choices will build a structure that cannot be shaken. Strength does not arrive in a single act. It arrives in repetition, in the daily decision to meet the morning with clarity instead of chaos, to begin with order instead of drift, to claim the first hour as your own before the world makes its demands. So let tomorrow be different. Do not begin by surrendering your attention to a screen. Do not begin with hurry or worry. Begin with presence. Begin with discipline. Begin with gratitude. The sun rises each day without fail. It is a reminder that you are given another chance to live with purpose. What you do with that chance is yours to decide. Remember this. Clarity and strength will never come from outside. They will not be handed to you by circumstance or by luck. They come from within, from the way you prepare your mind when the day is still new, from the choices you make when the morning is yours.